before the white man ever got to Africa. The worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela.
Stick a fork in them, and it will have to be a long one. But it appears that Pastor James David Manning, well known for his sermons of coonery, especially during the 2008 elections, where he called Obama a long-legged Mac Daddy.
Obama is a Mac Daddy. Obama pimps white women and black women. He got started. You didn't notice him till he brought out those big-chested white women with their tight T-shirts and their short pants. That's what a pimp does. Oh, come on. You don't get your campaign started with a big-chested white woman. She must be a 54D. You hide your cell phones when you talk about the fact that he's a homo. You hide your cell phones when you talk about the fact that his wife is a lesbo. That she is really a man.
Will lose his church because it owes at least $1 million to creditors, including unpaid city water and sewage bills. A state judge ordered the church into a public foreclosure auction on February the 24th. Of course, like all black patriarchs, when put to the fucking wall, they start serenading us with their victim narrative. It seems that the pastor whose YouTube videos will make you wonder if you're watching Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks, as he tears into black people with his self-hating anti-black diatribes, believes that the sodomite mafia is conspiring with both federal government and gay-ran property companies to fleece him and to close his church. You see, in addition to seeing black folks as a cursed people, blindly following a long-legged Mac Daddy and his manly-looking wife, according to David Manning, he also hates gay people a lot. The federal government's end in all of this seems to have to do with the $350,000 linked to 9 federal tax liens dating to 2002, then another $28,000 to New York State and $30,000 in bills to other creditors, according to DNA info and court records. Now, another thing that he's trying to say is that he has a fighting chance of reversing all of this, because as a church, he's supposed to be tax exempt. But as we just saw, if he's got federal tax liens dating back to 2002, there must be something else going on with his status as a church. And maybe that's the reason why the government feels very comfortable that they're going to get this church auctioned. It's happened before, so who knows what the deal might be. But this is a man who's constantly going on about black folks and their lack of accountability, not being organized, being stupid. And if some of them do wind up in poverty, it is because they have deserved it, because they've always been following the Democrats and the liberals. Now, I share my own criticism about black people and why we constantly follow the Democrats and liberals, but it's nothing like what you typically hear from black patriarchs such as David Manning and all the cooning black conservatives. Now, I've always imagined this man's end, as I always do with Tommy Sotomayor and David Carroll. But when I say their ends, I mean exactly this, that they lose their money that provides the base of their platforms from which they speak. Also, Manning has recently endorsed Donald Trump, whose supporters recently attacked a Black Lives Matter activist in Birmingham back in November. Manning had this to say about Donald Trump. Mr. Donald Trump is one of the wisest, most patient, humble, gracious, yet strongest leaders I have ever encountered in all the days of my life. Well, I hope that Trump's form of leadership will match that of yours, Pastor Manning. and we will hopefully soon see Donald Trump end before he becomes president. Hopefully we will all say goodbye to Pastor Manning's buffoonery and coonery once and for all. This is the Garage Autonomist.
I mean, listen, if you're trying to make a business decision and you're looking at the pros and cons of whether you can do that job for the amount of money that's being offered, and whether it's, you can run your business on such a budget, and you make a decision that is a bad business decision, you keep making bad business decisions, it's going to cause your business to fail, and you're going to be living in the ghetto or on food stamps.